All right, let's get down to it. Fly Like an Eagle podcast, post-game show, Eagles-Ravens. Eagles make it a game, but uh, the two-point conversion play was the worst play call in probably NFL history, and the Eagles end up losing 30-28. Do not recover the onside kick, which the new rule fucks every single team. We all know this, but that's not here or there. I would have rather lost than cheer that fight because I don't believe in moral victories. I understand we're playing the Giants this week. The Giants stink. I'm not taking anything out of that win today against Washington because Washington stinks as well. It's going to suck. I could see us blowing out the Giants, but, we had a chance to come back and be a Super Bowl contending team when it looked like earlier in the game we had no shot whatsoever. And that's what pisses me off. I don't want to come back and make it a game without winning. And that's what this franchise always does, year in and year out. And it pisses me off. I'm sick of it. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Zach, you can go.
All right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I knew exactly how this game was going to play out. We were going to get down early. One of the keys to the game was to get ahead early, force them to pass the ball. As you've seen, Lamar wasn't really on his game passing the ball. That's not what they do. They run the ball, and they were able to run the ball all game for the simple fact that they were ahead all game. The Eagles had opportunities. They missed opportunities. Everybody's folk hero, Travis Fulgham, missed a couple of balls. Hightower missed a couple of balls. Sanders missed some balls. Carson Wentz overthrew some guys. He fumbled the ball. It was just sad excuses from everyone all the way around. The offensive line was abysmal. And one thing that I did not really pay attention to was the fact that this Ravens team blitzes at the highest rate. And we had our, sixth offensive line in 6 weeks. So that did not make for a good combination. And it showed early in that game. I thought Doug made some interesting adjustments, especially late in that second quarter. Also, in the second half, I thought we would see a little more Jalen Hurts to keep the team on their toes. And if you notice, when Jalen Hurts was on the field, they didn't take Carson Wentz off because they believe in Carson Wentz. It's just the simple fact that they were trying to get some misdirections going and get this team on their heels because this offensive line was not giving Wentz or anybody that would be back there anytime.
Right. That's fair.
No, well said, Josh.
I always say called Josh. Come on.
Well, I forgot. I'm sorry.
My name.
Well said. No, because the last person I just talked to is Josh. So, what this is Zach. Well said. Listen, it goes back to what I was saying, and it's the same thing all over again. The team is really bad from top to bottom. I thought the defensive line, that's our strongest. The reason why the Baltimore Ravens had all these penalties is because the defensive line inside was wrecking havoc. The offensive line couldn't contain them. That's the only positive about the defense. The secondary stinks. The linebackers stink. I think Singleton is actually playing okay. Davion Teller, I haven't seen a lot of. Sean Bradley, I haven't seen a lot of. But offensively, regarding the players, that's what we have. We have Greg Ward. We have J.J. Whiteside. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Travis Fulgham didn't get started until late in the fourth quarter, getting garbage time stats, made a one big catch, big deal. Carson Wentz has nothing to deal, nothing to work with. But I got to say, this game was solely lost by Doug Peterson. And it's not because of the last play that will happen. I think Doug Peterson is an awful play caller. I've been hard on Doug Peterson. I think he's got to stop calling the plays. Just everything. And I don't want to hear, he has nothing to work with. Because if that's the case, then Carson Wentz has nothing to work with. Doug Peterson's job is to put your players in the best position to win. Be creative. There's no creativity on this offense. Every single week, we get 4th and inches, 3rd and 1, quarterback sneak. The whole world knows it's a quarterback sneak, okay? Yes, Sanders dropped the ball in the end zone. Yes, Jake Elliott missed the field goal. But you know what? Regarding Jake Elliott, he hasn't been on, but Doug Peterson has been putting him in 50-yard field goals, 57-yard field goals, 55-yard field goals, destroying his confidence. Yes, Jake Elliott, we know him that he can make those field goals. It's just all comes back to Doug Peterson. His play calls are dreadful. The fact that we have all these injuries and you had no answer to left tackle that you were going to go with Matt Pryor, it stems to him. It stems also to Howie Roseman's bad draft picks. It stems to all of the top tier enchilada on this team. And that's the honest truth. I don't want to hear that this team is bad. They suck. This team has bad free agents. Jamon Brown was awful. I would take Matt Pryor with COVID any day of the week. The free agency, Deshaun Jackson always hurt, made us tissue paper. It all stems down to Harry Roseman. But Doug Peterson today was abysmal. I haven't seen one screen pass to try to slow down the pass rush. And when he did do a screen pass, it was fake the handoff, fake the run end around. He has 1 second to throw the ball. You have time to do this? Nobody cares about Boston Scott going into motion. Nobody cares
stinks.
about these guys.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this. Zach Ertz, everybody, we're talking about Harry Roseman. And I know we're rambling on. The move he has to make is to get rid of the guys that are not going to be here for the future. Get rid of Ertz, trade him, get somebody on defense. Trade Alshon if you can. Trade Deshaun if you can. Get rid of these guys. But today, 100,000% is on Doug Peterson. I thought he was abysmal.
No, and I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the game, we were in this game with the Super Bowl contending Baltimore Ravens team. All right?
I don't agree with that.
How can you not agree with that? Those are facts.
I don't agree with that because we got two lucky pass interference calls. That was not pass interference. Yes, it was not pass interference.
Full game? That was pass interference.
Hold on. The one that they missed was pass interference that they didn't call. So it was a makeup call. That last one was not pass interference. They both went up for the ball. They both jumped. That was not pass interference. It was a makeup call. Secondly, if you look at the stats, that's why stats don't matter. But this team was not even close in the same league. It's not in the same league. Maybe if we were healthy, it would have been a different story. Maybe if Miles Sanders catches that ball. I'm more pissed at Miles Sanders dropping that ball than I am Jake Elliott missing that field goal. Because he shouldn't be hitting 50 yarders. He shouldn't be hitting 55 yarders. Shouldn't be hitting 57 yards every week. Doug Peterson today showed me no creativity, showed me nowhere near how he could get Travis Fulgham open. Yes, the offensive line is banged up, but you are the head coach. You knew that this offensive line was bad. You know this, and you have no answers for it. I'm tired of Doug Peterson as an offensive coordinator. He is not an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, well, actually, Jamal just brought up a good point. He said people can't say those were garbage time stats because they still have his chance to win. That is true, 100%. It's not. We're not talking Dak Prescott here, where he's scoring 3 touchdowns when they're down fucking 30 points. All right, we were in position to win this game. Now, am I making?
No, we lost him.
Balls that he threw, I have to give him some credit to an extent because he threw it up there, but those were fucking howlers, dude. He would throw off his back foot into the air. It was like the man
has 5 guys in front of him and makes a play, and then you bash the guy because it was a howler.
I'm not bashing the guy.
I understand, but you say it's a howler. He tried to make a play. He made his players make a play.
And
gave him a chance. Okay, so just give him credit. You don't have to say howler. Just say gave him a chance to fucking do it. Eli Manning's Super Bowl was a howler, throwing it up in there in the fucking in the Hail Mary. He got the Super Bowl, right?
And
nobody talks about it.
I don't understand the bashing of Fulgham. The guy has been consistent.
I didn't bash
every single week.
I did not bash Fulgham.
This guy did. This guy's been consistent every week. I saw a stat on CBS today that this is our first wide receiver since Terrell Owens, who had a touchdown in 3 consecutive games since 2004. This was the first wide receiver since Terrell Owens.
I'm not saying he stinks. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying pump the brakes. It's been 3 games. That's all I'm saying.
I understand why you would say pump the brakes, but Travis Fulgham to me looks like the real deal. That's just all I'm gonna say. The guy's consistent. Yeah, you can wait. You can wait all you want. But I'm just gonna say one thing to the Ravens fans: congratulations on the win. I understand it was a tough fought game. You guys have owned us recently. I understand that, but your quarterback stinks. All right,
I've been saying this.
Literally stinks. All the guy does is run. Whenever he throws, he can't throw a basic 15-yard out route.
He's Mike Vick. He's Mike Vick 2.0. Remember, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
he's not as good as Mike Vick.
I'm just tired of it because I've been saying this all along. Everybody, Lamar Jackson. He is an explosive athlete, agile. Okay, when you make him think and you make it you see when he was running, he didn't know where to go. Yeah, he flung it, gave it a little 2-yard thing, a little 3. That's what he is. He's a playmaker / athlete. He's not a quarterback. If you take away his run, he's not going to beat you with his arm. And that's what the Eagles did. The Eagles had a very good game plan, in my opinion. It's just that, unfortunately, the offense couldn't get going, and the defense was put in a hole.
Pats fans asking, didn't watch the game. How is D. Slay playing?
I thought he played bad today.
Very overrated, very overpaid. Hasn't been great for us, and that's just all I'm going to leave it at there.
I'm not going to say overrated, but I expected a little more from him, and today, I don't know. Not that he was bad, but he wasn't good either.
Yeah, I mean, you had to overpay for a cornerback because we didn't have any. We got rid of Jenks, so you obviously had to pay for someone. And Mills going into safety, his old college position. I mean, you kind of had to make something happen there. Why is Peterson not utilizing Sanders? I don't know. I mean, you'd have to ask him that. He's offense
Sanders
coordinator.
pisses me off too. I say this guy's a stud, and I still genuinely believe that. Yeah. So you heard that? My neighbor.
Yeah.
But no, but Sanders to me, he has this big run and then you get gassed. It looked like he got gassed at the end zone, then he gets hurt. This team is made out of tissue paper. Ertz hurt, Sanders hurt. It's just like Jesus Christ. It's
and then JJ with that fumble recovery for a touchdown. How about that?
This team is embarrassing. You're 1-4-1, and you get a recovered fumble. You're pumping your chest. You have your political T-shirts out, this and that. That's what you're focused on about. You're not focused on the win game. So I'm sick and tired of this too.
Yeah, I don't know. At least the fans were there to boo him. At least they give us a sense of hope in that
Let's
regard.
Hear what Zach has to say, because I think we're taking up too much time, Kyle.
That's true, yeah.
No, you guys are good. Honestly, I was disappointed all the way around. Blame goes all the way around. Even as terrible as we started, and I put up on the Twitter that we started slow. Kyle laughed at it. But in all seriousness, we started slow. There was still a chance right before halftime. It could have easily been the Eagles winning going into halftime, because you take a look at that John Hightower drop ball. That was a touchdown that was dropped. And then you got on the very next drive, Carson Wentz isn't trying to force the issue and put the team on his back and fight for yards that didn't need to be fought for and fumble the ball away. That's another play that turned into 7 points for the Ravens. So right there, that's literally a 14-point swing right there because of what happened with John Hightower. You had the drop ball by Greg Ward across the middle. You had Fulgham right before halftime. And believe me, that is as tough as a catch as it comes. But Fulgham had a touchdown on that Hail Mary play with that roughing the passer play. He had it in his hands. He dropped it. It was a tough catch no matter what. He's a practice squad player for a reason. He's come up. He's shined bright. Is he not? Is he not?
I agree, Zach.
I think he's a lot. I don't think he's a practice squad player. I think he's the real deal.
Was he on the practice squad?
He was on the practice squad. He ain't
exactly
anymore.
Practice squad player.
He ain't going back down.
Moving on.
Right.
So he couldn't stick with the Green Bay Packers, who make a living out of practice squad players, but he's done consistently. Hey, baby girl. Came in consistently, played consistently. That's a tough catch. And, honestly, you would like to see him make that catch. And he didn't. We were in that game the first half, whether you like to admit it or not. We killed ourselves, self-inflicted wounds consistently. And that's all we've seen the first 6 weeks. And at this point, it's like, I'm starting to agree with you guys. Where's the draft? When's the draft? What are we doing where?
Well, the problem is, it's funny because I have a title on my Twitter. It said 1-3-1 going for the 18th pick. Well, it's going to be 1-4-1 going for the 18th pick because we're going to beat the Giants and probably go in the first place when Dallas loses. So, I mean, listen, we're going to get a bad draft pick. We're going to go to the playoffs. We're going to get housed. But I want to bring up another good point, all right? We were down 17-0 at halftime. We ended up with 28 points in this game. This is the second consecutive week we almost scored 30 points. The offense ain't the problem, and honestly, the defense wasn't that big of a problem today. The coaching was the Doug Peterson was the problem today. You're right, Zop. Like, I have to say that because you're texting me back and forth. You're trying to troll me. You're saying, this isn't going to happen. We're not going to come back. I'm like, all right, let's just watch. I was expecting a better play call down at that goal line. Like, I really was. And how are you going to, try to hand it off? I think it was the Boston Scott, fake it and then run it with Wentz. That's the stupidest play call you could draw up. It was dumb. Honestly, I would have rather had Zom call a play there. I don't understand what he was thinking.
There's no doubt in my mind I would have drew up a play that we would have scored. There's no doubt about it. The only way we don't score is if they drop the ball. First of all, I'm not running the ball. Sanders is not in the game. Boston Scott has been irrelevant. I thought he would be like a gadget player this year. He has been absolutely irrelevant. And the fact that you're doing a fake draw, what is it, the read option bullshit? I think the play call was read option, let Wentz take it. That's what it looked like. L.J. Fort would have been there. So if Wentz keeps it, he would have got killed. If Boston Scott got it, he would have killed. It's a terrible play call. I would have ran the same exact play that they ran with J.J. to get the 2 points before that to make it 30-22. Just run the same play. And if you watch the game, Doug Peterson is just repetitive. There was one time where we didn't score in the red zone. I don't know if we did or not. I don't remember if it was roughing the passing. He was looking for Hines Ward. He was looking for Greg Ward coming across that end zone. The same play he scored in Washington last year. It wasn't there, and Wentz had to throw it away. It's repetitive. At the goal line, you're there. You have nothing to lose every single time. And you know me, I'm pro Wentz. Take out Wentz there. Put in. If you're gonna run the ball, at least it's like, okay, Hurts is a threat to run. Take Wentz out at least and put in Hurts. I don't care if it's 30-20 with the game on the line. It's better than what you did. Like, that's your play call. Those are the players that you choose. Every time Jalen Hurts is in the game, the defenses are seeing him. The reason why we broke that hole open for Sanders was because everybody ran to Jalen Hurts' side. So be creative, do something. I would have done the exact same play to JJ when we made it 30-22, and that's his play call. Doug Peterson is a poor offensive coordinator, and I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it.
And this is another problem I had with that play call. You know, this guy on Facebook just said, try to run an RPO for a 2-point conversion.
That's what he did.
And clearly the Ravens D saw it, and you have to understand, this is the same Ravens D that held the Cincinnati Bengals to 3 points last week. All right? The Ravens D is one of the top echelon defenses in the league, and you're running a play like that, it's horrible.
And I'm going to say, yeah, it's bad coaching. It's bad scheming. We get out-coached every week. But another thing, I don't think Marcus Peters is that good. I think he's overrated. The other guy, Marlon Humphrey's good, and Smith is good. Why didn't we attack? Looked like he couldn't control Fulgham.
Campbell's a beast.
Yeah, but it looked like every time Marcus Peters touched somebody or guarded somebody or covered somebody, a penalty, or he gave up a touchdown. Blown coverage. Like, they don't scheme. This team is very bad at scheming, very poor at getting guys the ball. And it's like, I understand the offense had like 1.5 seconds to throw the ball. I understand that. But how do you slow down? It's 101. How do you slow down? I would have screened them to death. I would have done quick, fast. I just saw no slants, nothing. Just nothing, everything.
Samp, we have another good point. Sorry for cutting you off. Garrett Jablonski, I think that's a. Can someone explain down 11 why we went for 2? Another great point.
He always goes for it. I don't know why.
Another great point. It didn't make any sense. You know, mathematically. Yeah, it made no sense whatsoever.
Not that I agree with it, but you're down, what was it, 17-0 at the time. You get the touchdown, you get the 2-point conversion, it's 17-8. You knew that the defense wasn't going to stop them. Maybe you thought that it was going to be a 24-8 game, and then you're still down by 2 scores. That's what I think he was probably thinking. He was thinking the long haul. I didn't agree with the 2-point conversion there. Is there something going on with Jake Elliott that we don't know? They brought in a kicker. They refused to kick the extra point, and then they go ahead and trot him out there for a 50-plus yarder. I'm curious to know what's going on with Jake Elliott.
Yeah. I mean, his confidence is shot. It looks like.
That's another thing. That's another thing with coaching, though. Why are you sending him out at 50 yards? I understand he has the leg, but he hasn't been good. You're sending him out 57 yards, 55 yards, 50. To me, I would have taken another shot and say whatever happens. Then what would happen? I understand the call. Get the 3 points. Get something at halftime. I understand that. And at the end, it wouldn't have helped because we would have been up by 1. We wouldn't have stopped him. Tucker would have hit a 60-yard field goal, and that's it. But it's Doug Peterson on offense. That's just my opinion. I think it's Doug Peterson on offense.
I mean, it's clear as day it wasn't Groh anymore because last year everyone was using Groh as a scapegoat. This guy's the offensive coordinator and the head coach now, and look at his play call, and it's abysmal. So
there's just no creativity, and I'm just tired of it. And he puts Boston Scott, he puts Greg Ward in motion like teams are afraid of these guys. Like, you have the game on the line. That's your play call with Boston Scott? Mm-hmm. If you're going to run the ball, put in Jalen Hurts, who knows how to run that play. Mm-hmm. You put in Carson Wentz. It was simple. Yeah. But anyway, whatever, man. Doesn't matter. I'd rather have gotten blown out than what just happened, to be honest.
I agree.
That's the honest truth. I don't like moral victories. I would have enjoyed getting blown out 34-7 because this hurts more than fucking 30-4-7.
Yeah. Well, he said the RPO didn't work the first time with Jalen Hurts, so why try it with Wentz? Well, here's the thing. Well, they were handing it off to Boston Scott, and then Wentz was running in for it. That's a great point. You know, it didn't work the first time with a guy that knows how to run with the football. Why would you give it to Wentz, who's slow as molasses? I don't care what anybody says. Everyone's like, oh, look at Carson Wentz. He's putting the team on his back running down the sideline. That was the slowest running out of a quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And somehow you got 40 yards? That was ridiculous.
I just don't understand. The Eagles make it hard for themselves. You're at the goal line. So simple. Have a bunch formation, tight ends on each side. You know they think you're going to run. They're going to just bite one way, roll out Wentz, touchdown. It's so simple. And we make it so fucking hard. And it's just annoying, dude.
Charlie, you have to calm down for a second. He said, I love the team. Can we give Hurts a chance at quarterback? No, because Jalen Hurts doesn't have the skill set that Carson Wentz has. Jalen Hurts can run the ball. He could do the option. He could do all this other stuff. He can't throw the ball like Carson Wentz can. Carson Wentz can make something out of nothing, and you saw it today. Jalen Hurts can't do that. What Jalen Hurts does, you saw the pass last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, wide open receiver right down the middle of the field. It's very simple. Anyone could throw that ball. If a wide receiver is wide open, you're going to connect with them. That's just any quarterback, any high school quarterback can make that throw.
Listen, I'm reserving judgment regarding Jalen Hurts because
you don't have to. I'm telling you.
I understand that, but I'm saying Jalen Hurts, when it comes to throwing, I have never seen him. I have never watched him in college. All I know is from what I see is you can see he's a good athlete. He's got the moves. He knows what he's doing. I don't know. Can he throw deep? Can he be accurate? I don't know. So I got to withhold judgment, to be fair to him.
That's fine. Zach, would you like to rebuttal off any of that?
No, because you already know my feelings. He's slowly progressed as a passer throughout his years at Alabama. And I think even they said it on the commentary during the game, like, hey, that year that he sat out with Tua as the starter, he worked on his passing game. And you saw it in that Georgia game where Tua was injured and Jalen Hurts came in. Then Jalen goes to Oklahoma with a very good offensive system. Granted, he ran for a lot of yards that year too, but he also passed for a lot of yards, and he was second in the Heisman and could have easily came up with the Heisman in New York. So, that's college, obviously. We don't know how he's going to perform.
Exactly.
We don't know how he's going to perform in the NFL. But I will say he did progress as a pretty good passer in college.
I mean, yeah, he played one of the worst defensive conferences in college too. So, I mean, there's that.
5 top 20 defenses right now.
Yeah, right now, not last year. Yeah, last year was way different. I mean, the Pac-12 and Big 12 usually don't have any defensive teams. They usually just don't.
Zach, you heard anything on Ertz and Sanders? Anything like, is it long-term or what?
I haven't heard anything, but it with COVID, with the lack of preseason, we were going to see these lower leg injuries time and time again. And for whatever reason, players are still not worked all the way out, and we're going to see those lower leg injuries for probably midway through the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you. Once it's slow, his speed is not there. I mean, yeah, it's clearly he's slow as hell. And someone told me I don't watch many games. Yeah, he's not fast anymore.
Big Ben is slower than Wentz, and they're 4-0. But we're going to still talk about Wentz's speed. Anyways, so
who would have thought that of all these players getting injured on the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm going to knock hard on this friggin' wood right now,
okay, that
the one guy not getting injured is Carson Wentz right now, and he has every reason to be injured because that offensive line was abysmal. Like, oh my God. You guys kept trying to not you guys, but the fans kept trying to tell me, like, oh, they're graded PFF. Well, fuck PFF. I'm telling you, content goes alongside the stats. And I'm telling you, Carson Wentz with the play calling the first couple of games, once we got the new offensive line going, that's what helped PFF grades. This offensive line is abysmal. Jamon Brown, whatever the hell his name is abysmal.
Thanks.
Jack Driscoll playing right tackle. He's only had like a week or two of practice at right tackle. He looked abysmal.
He's out now.
Abysmal. It is what it is. Like, Carson Wentz, unfortunately, is doing what he can with what he can, and it's not good enough to get wins. That's it. It's not good enough to get wins because the whole team is shoddy. Sorry.
The whole team. You're spot on. You're spot on, Zach. And the thing is, on top of the injuries, you have an incompetent coach that he needs a perfect team to call the plays. And I'm telling you, I watch it, and I'm scared. I'm scared when I watch and I know what plays are coming. Like, I just see it, and it's impossible that NFL defenses don't know this. And I'm just a fan. I'm a nobody. And it's like, it's repetitive, and it's just annoying. And Doug Peterson's going to say, well, we couldn't get to a fair. I didn't even listen to his press conference yet, but I could already hear it. Well, when you start first and 15, second and 27, and this, it's hard to get into rhythm in the beginning. We've been hearing this on and on and on and on, and it's never fixed. That comes with coaching. It's not because of the players. It comes with the coaching. They are not coached well. They're not. They're not. And it's just, and they don't know how to scheme. They do not know how to scheme defenses. And luckily, the New York Giants come into town, and the New York Giants come at the right time.
Luckily.
And I know, luckily, because it gives
They're going to probably beat us.
listen, if we're gonna get into the Giants now, let me speak because that's my team that I hate the most.
Yeah, since you're not going to be on with us on Tuesday, get to it right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now we focus on the New York Giants. It can't come to in a better time. We need a win. We're injured, but the Giants. I was tuning back and forth. They are abysmal. They are abysmal. Washington, that guy Allen, I don't know who it is because I don't know college ball, is abysmal. The fact that he came back and they scored 20 points on them. The New York Giants are abysmal, and their offensive line, I think they benched their left tackle, which was their first-round pick. We are going to eat Danny Dimes alive. And I hate talking like this, and I hate trying to, put the juju, but the Eagles are so bad, but the Giants are really fucking bad. And even if they win, hats off to them. You know how many times we beat them in a row? But the Giants are fucking abysmal. And if we lose to them, it's just, that's how bad it is.
Well, the Giants beat Washington, and we couldn't do that. So that's what Money Man said, and he's true. And we didn't lose to Kyle Allen. We lost to Dwayne Haskins. So the guy that's not even there anymore. So I mean, what?
Short field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but week one's a potluck. Anybody could beat anybody week one.
That is true. I agree.
Anybody could beat anybody week one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're going to the game. Zomp and I are going to the game. We're probably going to get some good footage from the game. That'll be cool. But if we lose, I'm not going to be in a good mood. So that post-game show.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to the game. I hate the Giants more than we have like a 10-game winning streak or whatever, 14 out of 17, whatever it is, 20 out of 30, whatever it is. Even if they win, what does it do? Like, if the Eagles win, okay, even during COVID, we still own the Giants. If the Giants win, okay, big deal. I know the Giant fans are happy that they won a very, very lucky game because they went for 2 Washington, which was the right call. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, the Giants are abysmal. The Eagles are abysmal. The whole division is abysmal. Nobody's winning the Super Bowl. And what does it matter? I'm actually going to pay money to go see this dreadful team because I just want to get out of the house. I want to enjoy a little bit of life. I have the link all to myself. Nobody here. No stinky fans that are there. No fans to wave their towel in front of me that obstructs my view. And whatever happens, we could lose 30-0. I'd be like this. And I hate the Giants. It means nothing to me. So yeah. I know this is the Giants Super Bowl Thursday, but who cares?
Yeah, it should be an interesting experience, especially with only 7,500 people there. And the last time we were there, some fan almost did the trust fall right onto your lap. That would have been great.
Go back to that last one, the last post. Can you post what you just put? Yeah. The problem is the Giants are more competitive against the Rams than we were. Okay, we were more competitive against the Steelers than the Giants were. What is your point then, Money Man? What's the point?
Did you actually watch that LA game? Because they weren't as competitive as a score. I live in New York. I do shows for New York teams. I actually have to watch New York teams. And, the score might have indicated that they were close, but it was not a close game. Danny Dimes was missing everything that game. So,
and Pittsburgh
box score, go ahead, read box score.
And can't run on the Giants this time. This is Wentz time. Whatever.
Yeah. But don't sleep on the Giants defense. Okay.
The Giants defense is abysmal. This is basically the shit bowl come Thursday.
Yeah.
Like really 2 bad teams. But I think our D-line is going to wallop Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Matt Callahan says, what a waste of money. Whatever. I have money to waste, so it is what it is.
No, it's nice.
Yeah, right. Tank for Trevor time? No, I'm going to keep Wentz. No Wentz slander. And the thing is, obviously Trevor's going to be
today. Come on, man.
Trevor's going to be the next big thing. I understand that, but we're not moving on from Wentz. He's locked in a contract. We just got to put some talent around him other than full cam and whatever we have now. And there you go. We'll see what we got next year.
I'm just scared to turn on the radio and they're going to say, well, the Eagles, it didn't seem like it was a close game, but they only lost by 2. Like, enough with the moral victories, man. And it's gonna erase everything, how bad Doug was today, how bad everything was today. It's just annoying, dude. It's just annoying. What do you want, Hunt? Come on.
Yeah.
Just
once it's trash, all garbage time. It wasn't garbage time stuff.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't garbage time.
It was a 2-score game.
Yeah, exactly. Score prediction 41-17 Birds over Giants. I could see it. I think the Giants are really bad.
Hunter.
Hey, look, it's Hunter. Do you think Ertz gets traded before the deadline? I can only hope so. I can only hope so. But him getting hurt might actually affect it.
No, it's just he didn't get hurt like that. It would probably hurt his ankle.
Looked like it.
He's fine. Well, what we got a problem though is Lane Johnson going to be coming in? So, from what I heard, Deshaun Jackson's definitely playing. Now right tackle, I don't know who's that guy. It starts with a T. I don't even know who he is. You know, probably Zach. Whoever came in, right tackle. I don't even know. It's like a fourth stringer. He came in.
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know. Tobe, something like that.
Oh no. The only guy that I know is Kroom, who caught like the third touchdown.
Who cares about that?
I was like, who the fuck is that?
I'm saying if Hurts can't go, I'm saying if Hurts can't go, then you're with what? Richard Rodgers and whoever. If Sanders can't go, then we got to ride with Boston Scott and Corey Clement, which is disastrous. And then right tackle, is Lane Johnson going to play and say fuck it, short week, let me go play, or are we going to put in our fourth stringer?
I don't think we're going to get Lane Johnson until after the bye week, to be honest with you. And that's just what my opinion is. I think he's just going to do the good old put the ankle up and rest it. But I don't think we're going to see him until after the bye week.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, we need him.
Driscoll look bad out of everybody. So I don't know. Sanders, I don't know. He didn't go to the...
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Brooks might come back soon. Who knows? No. He's recovering pretty fast.
I wouldn't even play him. I would say rest up for next year, to be honest with you.
Got them bunnies. Oh, Brett Toth.
Yeah,
George Garrett is correct, 100%.
Yeah, this game is 1,000% my dog. I don't know who else to dug. I don't know who else to blame. Zomp, since you brought up the score of the Giants versus Steelers game, they lost by 10 and we lost by 9. What's your point? It doesn't.
My point is you're looking at the score. If you actually watch the game, it wasn't even close. That's why I'm saying stats don't matter. It wasn't even close. Just like Zach said, even though the Rams only won by whatever against the Giants, it wasn't even close, dude. Like, it wasn't even close.
Guys, stop bringing up stats. Stats really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. I mean, Carson Wentz threw 4,000 yards last year, 500 yards to different receivers when he played with Acme players. And did we win a playoff game? No, we didn't win a playoff game. So it doesn't really matter. Stats do not matter.
Jalen Rager update. We're not going to get him until after the bye week, so probably week 9, week 10.
Who?
Jalen Rager.
Yeah, he's another bust. I'm calling it now as a bust. I don't care.
Why do you guys keep calling people bust? I have to show that they're busts.
Because if your availability is questionable already, the guy already got hurt twice. He got hurt in preseason or whatever it was, that first game, whatever it was, and then he got hurt now.
We were calling him a hero for coming back week 1, way before.
I didn't call him a hero. I don't even know who Jalen Rager is. I don't watch college ball.
Then you'd be forgetting that he's a burner, and that's what we need.
Okay, I'm tired of hearing about Deshaun. Big year, and he's got a hamstring pull for 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
That's Deshaun.
I'm sick and tired of our team not putting Alshon Jeffrey on the PUP list. Might as well have. He's out 6-7 games. Then Jalen Ray. I'm sick and tired of seeing DK Metcalf score. I'm sick and tired of seeing Justin Jefferson score. I'm just tired of it. This team is bad because, number one, it's poorly coached, and number two, Howie Roseman. It's all coming together now. The bad draft picks, the injuries, the bad free agent signings. It's bad, and this is what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, I just feel that I think you're being a little bit too harsh on some of these players. You're calling Jalen Rager a bust when, he got hurt and he's not available. I understand.
You're doing the same thing. But you're doing the same thing with Hurts. You're saying he can't throw. Who's to say? Because you watch him in college.
I've watched Hurts. I've watched him play at the highest level in college. The guy can't get it done.
Okay, so from what I see from Jalen Rager, he's injury prone until I see different.
But he's hurt. It's different. You haven't seen his performance. He caught a bomb in his first game with Carson Wentz.
Big deal.
Okay, and you know who wouldn't have caught that? Probably Nelson Aguilar.
Okay. Nelson Aguilar's balling now in Oakland.
Yeah, because he's away from Philly, because he's a scared little bitch.
Sidney Jones balling in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Coaching is bad. You gotta give it Howie.
Oh, and this is another thing. Can we stop hyping up our players so much? Like Kayvon Wallace, who's a fucking 4th-round pick. Everyone's like, oh, he's the next B-Dog because he's coming from Clemson. The guy's injured and he's out. So there's another bust right there. Right, Zomp?
I just don't like the Twitter guys. I just don't like the Twitter guys.
A bust because he hasn't played yet. Tua Tagovailoa is a bust because he hasn't played yet. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just saying it. I'm throwing it out there.
No. I'm saying because he's already hurt. I'm saying because he's already hurt. Tua didn't even play yet. If he gets hurt in the first play, you best believe I'm going to say he's a bust.
I don't. Well, honestly, I haven't seen much out of Tua yet. I mean, he was good in college. Don't get me wrong, but his game might not transition. Who knows?
We had Justin Jefferson Irons. We picked Jalen Rager.
Yeah.
We had DK Metcalf. We picked J.J. Arthur-Whiteside.
But Jalen Rager, we didn't see much of yet.
We had Dalvin Cook. And then we picked Sidney Jones. It all stems to the draft. And then everybody, I want the first pick. I want the second pick. I want the 5th pick. What? to trade down because he values the draft, or to pick somebody that's not going to play? Like, come on, dude.
Money Man, yes, I do. I'll get off of that one.
Not off topic, but do you think the election will be?
Yes,
Jesus
I do.
Christ.
I do.
It's going to be another disaster.
Yep. Good to see Davion.
Disasters.
Yep, they're going to be disasters. Good to see Davion Taylor finally stepped on the field.
Yeah, he looked awful. Another 2 great draft picks.
Yeah, I know. Just the after game over reaction, man.
Stop showing Mark. He's a troll. Don't worry about Mark.
Okay. Fletcher Cox's contract looks horrible. It was a pride contract from the Super Bowl. That's what it was.
Alshon's
That's
contract.
what they all got. That's the problem. That's what put us in a cap situation is, once you win the Super Bowl, you're done about being about the team. You want to get paid. And honestly, I don't blame them. You're only in the NFL for an average of 3.5 years. So I would want to get paid too. I'm all about a player getting paid. But at the same time, I want my team to have the best team out there. So, that's honestly what happened. They won the Super Bowl. They got the ring. They got the greatest thing you could do in the world, getting a ring. And they wanted to get the paycheck.
Did you guys see that thing that came out of something about Harry Roseman leaves the coaches or the front office in the dark until Thursday or Friday and they don't know who's playing? Did you see that tweet or something about that?
And the thing is, I believe it.
If that's true, it's disastrous.
Yeah. He's a fucking dork, and he's telling the coaches what to do.
But that's a lot of power. Like, what did you?
How do you have an accountant telling you what to do on the field? Why?
Yeah.
If there's any truth to that, that's how you know it's Jeffrey Lurie's fault. Doug Peterson a lot. Like, if I'm the head coach, I'm gonna say you're the fucking GM. Like, who are you? Worry about the contracts. Give me the players that I want, or do this, do that. You're telling me on Friday who I have to play on Sunday? Are you kidding me?
This is a guy that looks like he got shoved into a locker in middle school. And this guy's telling you who to play.
But what the fuck has he done? A Super Bowl? What has he done?
I don't even think he won a Super Bowl. I think it was Joe Douglas. Our real GM is on the Jets and not here. Yeah, but that's the problem I have.
I can't believe this. I can't. If that's true, that statement, I read it. I was how do you not know till Friday? And how do they know Deshaun Jackson will play already on Thursday? Like, I don't understand. How do they know this?
Pats fan. I'm gonna go on an upset. I'm gonna say the Braves.
No, I got the Dodgers. I got the Dodgers tonight.
I got to go with the Braves.
What are the Packers doing? Anybody know?
You do not want Waddle from Alabama. He will not transition well to the NFL. How he's cancerous? I'd say he's more than cancerous right now.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I'd go for it.
What year was Marlon Humphrey picked, Zach? When did he come into the NFL?
Oh my God.
What was he? A cornerback?
6 years ago? Yeah, he's a defensive back.
Oh, 6 years? Oh, okay. Because I remember the draft, and I was like, people were talking about this guy Marlon Humphrey.
It had to be like 6 years ago.
I wish I watched college. I just don't know nothing about college.
Well, the biggest problem with Howie is he doesn't like to give up draft picks, but he doesn't know how to draft. So that's the biggest problem. Like Zampoli says, we could have got DeAndre Hopkins for that price, but we didn't want to give up the draft picks. So, I mean, if you don't have a GM that doesn't have any balls because he thinks he is the smartest guy in the room every single year, that's a big problem. But you have to move on that eventually.
But just think of the philosophy. Like, okay, you want to hold your draft picks. You want to build through the draft. I get it. But time and time again, year after year, you fail. It's not like, oh, you hit, you miss more than you hit. But this guy never hits. And it's like, if you're going to use those picks for a J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, if you're going to use those picks for a Sidney Jones, why wouldn't you use those picks to get a DeAndre Hopkins or to get a fucking player? Like, I don't understand it, man. It's like you haven't shown anybody that you could draft. And you want, I got to hold on to these picks. That's why people are making me laugh. Oh, if the Eagles get a top 5 pick, I'm happy. That don't guarantee shit.
That's a guarantee. Top 5 picks are guaranteed.
It ain't a guarantee.
Top 5 picks are guaranteed.
No. If there's 5 good players, he would pick the least
talented one. Russell.
He would pick the least talented out of the 5. Guaranteed.
Yeah, maybe. Guaranteed. You're right, but he'd still be talented though.
It's
By the way, Humphreys was drafted in 2017.
Wow, that wasn't even that long ago.
I knew it was early.
That was on me.
I knew it was earlier. But anyways,
listen, I have no issue with drafting Sidney Jones for the simple fact that you take a look at who's our best defensive end right now. It's Josh Sweat. Nobody wanted to take a flyer on him because he was injured, just like Sidney Jones. We took a flyer on him, and look, he's our best defensive end. So I have no problem with the Sidney Jones pick because we took a flyer on a guy and it didn't happen to pan out. took a flyer on Josh Sweat. It happened to pan out. That's the thing. Drafting injured players. Sometimes it pans out, sometimes it doesn't. Some of the others picks, I'm a little more curious about why it went that way.
All right, and we're gonna take a couple more comments and then a couple more thoughts, and then we're gonna get out of here. But yeah, I wanted to go back to this one comment. King's like, it's because the Eagles did what the Seahawks did after they won the Super Bowl. It kept all their players. They're getting younger and never got older, whatever. Maybe I said it backwards, but whatever. You have to understand something. The Eagles have regressed every single year. They've regressed literally every single year.
After the Super Bowl, yeah.
The Seattle Seahawks might not be they might not be winning the Super Bowl, but they're in contention every single year because they have probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now, Russell Wilson. So if Carson Wentz could ever get back to where he was, like even a shell of himself in 2017, I feel like we'd be still a decent team consistently. But it does start with the quarterback, and I hate going back to Carson Wentz, but it does start with the quarterback.
But also, Pete Carroll's a good coach. I hate him to death. He's a good coach. They know how to scheme people open, and let's be honest, they make moves. I thought they gave a shit ton of picks for Jamal Adams, but they're not scared to say, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to go after this guy. He's a stud. Howie Roseman doesn't do it.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins would have been DeAndre Hopkins. Like, how do you not get him? And he got him for peanuts.
Oh, and King, listen to this. Yeah, he says, I won more bets than the Eagles have won games this year. I won a lot more bets than the Eagles won games this year. By the way, I was probably one of the only people on the face of the earth to pick Lopez last night. And that was a great win.
Youngest guy to get 4 belts.
Yep, youngest guy to get 4 belts. Beat Lomachenko, that overrated piece of shit. Yep. Gotta love it. And Zomp is like, you're gonna lose your money. I'm like,
it wasn't a bad bet.
Yeah, it was a great bet. The difference is Howie Roseman. Yeah, Howie's not good.
Doug isn't either.
Yeah, they're both not good. Maybe they'll get out at the same time. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, me and Zach are going to be back on Tuesday for the Giants preview show. Zomp and I will be attending the game. We might do the post game from right outside the link or maybe inside the link. Who knows? Maybe we'll surprise you. But we will be doing a post game after the game on Thursday. I'm going to give a quick score prediction right now just because Zomp's here. I'm going to say the Eagles win this game close. I think it's going to be 24-20 Birds.
How are you going to give a prediction now, dude?
I have to. The game's 4 days away. It's 4 days away.
I got no prediction. But if you can't beat the Giants, if you can't beat the Giants, then you don't deserve to win a game this year.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
All right, Zach, go ahead. Give your prediction, too, while we're all here.
All right, I guess I'll give my prediction since we're all here. Without looking too much into the game and watching game tape, I'm going to go 24-17 Eagles.
Okay. So we're both at 24. And someone in the comment section is 24-10. So, all right, so the Eagles will win. Everyone will be happy. We'll be back on top. And, yeah.
I'll be on top of the world after that one.
Absolutely.
Who do you guys got tonight, Arizona or Dallas?
I got to go Zona.
I'm going to go Dallas.
Yeah, really? I don't know. It's tough. I'm up in the air so far.
I like Andy Dalton. I'm sorry.
I think they have a better shot with Andy Dalton, but I don't know.
I like Andy Dalton. You've seen what he can do in Cincinnati when he has all those weapons. And guess what you have in Dallas? You got a lot of weapons. So we'll see if that offensive line holds up enough for him because, unfortunately, Dallas is dealing with the same shit we are. They have a horrid offensive line as well. So we'll see how that goes.
All right.